What biblical icon, what biblical candidate could we use, take a snapshot of his life to show us the power of unchecked anger besides my boy, Moses? We got to do your boy like that. Moses. Moses has an absolutely amazing story. He's one of my biblical icons. I call him, he is a candidate for the Hall of Faith. He's an amazing journey and story. It starts off with Pharaoh committing genocide, killing all 2-year-old babies and under. And his mother puts Moses in a basket and floats him down the Nile. And Pharaoh's daughter discovers the basket and pulls Moses out and says, we got to get one of these Hebrew women to nurse him. And she ends up getting his mama. So they end up paying Moses' mama to do what she would have done for free. That's how God works when his hand is on stuff. It makes it easy. So Moses grows up a little awkward. This is for all of my awkward people. Like, he's a little too Hebrew to totally be Egyptian. But then he's too Egyptian to totally be Hebrew. So it's like, I can relate to the Egyptians, but then I can also relate to the Hebrews. I wonder if there ever been anybody that felt like, I'm kind of this and I'm kind of that. And sometimes you're like, okay, am I called to be this or am I called to be that? But God put you in a predicament where you're going to use this and that for his glory. This is for my awkward people. Love church, love serving. I'm an introvert. Okay. You're going to find a whole bunch of other introverts too. So one day he sees a Hebrew getting beaten. That anger rises up and he murders a man. Moses caught a body. That angry, because anger murders. Y'all didn't hear what I just said. Anger murders. Maybe not physically, but verbally. Anger murders. He runs, has this encounter with God, tells him, go tell Pharaoh, let my people go, has this whole journey. They come out of the wilderness, and now Moses is in this predicament when they're like, hey, bro, we're thirsty, and I want to show us this. It's a whole different perspective that I saw this week as I was studying. Exodus chapter 17, verse 1. I want you guys to see this because it kind of, I don't know if you caught this, but I caught it. Exodus chapter 17, verse 1, it says, then all the congregation of the children of Israel set out on their journey from the wilderness of Sin, according to the commandment of the Lord, and camped in Rephidim. But there was no water for the people to drink. Everybody say, no water for the people. Okay, therefore, the people contended with Moses and saying, give us water that we may drink. So Moses said, why do you contend with me? Why do you tempt the Lord? And the people thirsted there for water. And the people complained against Moses and said, why is it you have brought us up out of Egypt to kill us and our children and our livestock with thirst? So Moses cried out to the Lord saying, what shall I do with these people? They're almost ready to stone me. This is something I saw that I never, ever considered. As I'm looking at this story, and they're coming to Moses, and they're saying, Moses, give us something to drink. It's like, why y'all charging me up? Man, you brought us up out here to die. Our animals are thirsty. We're thirsty. I just was reading this, and I said, man, did they ever consider Moses might be thirsty too? I'm looking at the text. Maybe it's because I'm a pastor. Maybe it's because I'm a leader. Have you ever considered he's thirsty just like you? I don't have some special brook in the back where I'm telling y'all move forward and trust the Lord, but I'm really drinking. My mouth is dry too. I need some water too. I'm human too. I hurt too. I experience trauma too. I have pain just like you. It's a dangerous thing to be surrounded by people that never consider they might be thirsty too. Could you be so stressed because you're hanging around thirsty people who have never considered you're thirsty yourself? See, I know it's golf claps. We don't ever want to consider Just maybe Moses was being bold before the people, but thirsty himself. Who in your life is inconsiderate of your thirst? Telling you what they need, while the whole time you need the same thing. So I just hopped down a little bit, and it showed me two classisms of people I want us to consider. Exodus chapter 17, we just read verses 1 through 4, but I want to hop down to verse 8. I want to hop down to verse 8, and those that I asked to come here real quick, could you come here? Amber, Tiffany, Avi, come here real quick. Tanisha, I want to show you guys something. Y'all could just come and stand on the side. Clap it up for my beautiful sisters. Would you stand right here for me? I want you guys to see this. Exodus chapter 17, verse 8. If you're there, would you holler? I got it. It says, now Amalek came and fought with Israel in Rephidim. And Moses said to Joshua, choose us some men and go out and fight with Amalek. Tomorrow I will stand on top of the hill with the rod of God in my hand. So Joshua did as Moses said to him and fought with Amalek. And Moses, Aaron, and Hur went up to the top of the hill. And so it was when Moses held his hands up that Israel prevailed. And when he let his hands down, Amalek prevailed. But Moses' hands became heavy. So they took a stone and put it under him, and he sat on it. And Aaron and Hur supported his hands, one on one side and the other on the other side. And his hands were steady until the going down of the sun. This was messing me up, y'all, because Moses is like a foreshadowing of Christ. Like Moses helped his people become free from bondage. Jesus helped us become free from the bondage of sin. Moses is on top of a hill. Jesus died on top of a hill. Moses' arms were on top of a hill like this. Jesus was on top of a hill like this. Moses has Aaron and Hur. It was Jesus and two other criminals. And as long as Moses' hands were up, the people prevailed. But as soon as his hands went down, the people lost. As long as Jesus stays on the cross and resurrected from the grave, we prevail. But if Jesus would have took his hands down and got off the cross, we would have died too. Moses had to sit on a stone. Jesus is the chief cornerstone, which the builders rejected. That's not even my point. That's just good exegesis. But I'm looking at this text, and I'm like, man. So Tanisha and Tiffany, I want y'all to come hold my arms. Avi and Amber, I want y'all to come before me, extending your arms, okay? So hold my arms up. So I began to think, are you surrounded by people who hold you up or have their arms extended out? Same book, same chapter. Could you be so stressed because I don't have anybody who could support me when I'm in a battle, but I'm surrounded by people with their arms out? Hold on for just 1 second. Y'all keep your arms out. Maybe I'm stressed and I'm triggered because my circle looks like this. When you come here to the house of God, you get encouraged for a moment because in church right now, you're like this. What I'm trying to get you to understand, y'all let my arms go, is you need to have this on your own. Y'all missed it. I need to be able to worship on my own. I need to know God for myself on my own. I need to have my own devotion. Not saying, y'all come back, not saying that accountability is not necessary. But I wonder, are you stressed out? Because I have more Ambers and Avis in my life than Aaron and Hur. Now it kind of makes sense. If I got people who are thirsty and I'm thirsty, and they're more concerned about their thirst than my heavy arms, I might hit a rock because of them. The danger is when all of y'all extend your arms out. The danger is when I'm in the presence of leeches. Hear me? Because this means leeches attach themselves to host. All of y'all touch me. The way they're living is by gleaning from me. But the more they're gleaning from me, the more drained I'm getting. I need people, I'm gonna put a little weight on y'all. Y'all ready? Hold me. I need people who, when I lean back, y'all can't even tell I'm leaning because they got me. I chose my sisters on purpose because we have a lot of sisters who are anointed for ministry. And there are a lot of ministers who are men who are fallen because you're not surrounded by brothers and sisters who are clearly anointed and called by God to minister, to preach, and they can help you in the seasons that you feel weak. Sisters see stuff I forget. We have a women's conferences, and Tiffany and I'm like, okay, do you have lotion for the bathrooms? Amber's like, okay, who's picking them up from the airport? I'm like, oh, I ain't thought about that. Maybe Torrance. Torrance like, no, I gotta run the camera. Sisters, help me in areas that I miss. Who is your helpers? Who are your helpers? And just maybe you're so stressed out, stick your arms out, because everybody around you is like this. Believe it or not, social media is like this. Show us your false world. It's called IG stories, but really that's not the story, that's a scene. So now you feel insecure because everybody's posting a scene of a story that's not real. And so now I have all of these comparison issues because I'm addicted to something that says, give me, give me, give me. If you never are gleaning from, you're eventually going to be famished. You guys can have your seat. I'll help y'all down. So in Numbers chapter 20, I'm only gonna read 2 verses. It makes sense now. In Numbers chapter 20, verse 11, God told Moses to speak to the rock. Then Moses lifted his hand and struck the rock twice with his rod. And water came out abundantly, and the congregation and the animals drank. Then the Lord spoke to Moses and Aaron and said, because you did not believe me to hallow me in the eyes of the children of Israel, therefore you shall not bring this assembly into the land which I have given them. Here's your word. Your anger is expensive. And don't let it cost you experiencing a promise due to their petty. Okay? Other people may not know what you're called to do, but you're telling me you're going to exempt yourself because of a moment and fleshing out? Stress management. There are types of anger. I made a chart I want you guys to see. And I'm gonna give you 5 points and we're done. There are types of anger. The reason I want us to see this is because one of the things I constantly say throughout my messages all year long is if you could trace it, you can unlearn it. Okay, why am I angry? We have stress-based anger, fear-based anger, pain-based anger, jealous-based anger, tantrum-based anger, and righteous-based anger. Most of our anger has never been righteous. Which one of these angers does your emotions swim in the most? Stress-based anger. It is the anger where you're so stressed out, you yelling at everybody. Everybody's getting the residue of what's stressing you. Is that the anger that is permeating your heart? Or is it fear-based anger? Hey, man, when you going to write that book? Don't worry about when I'm going to write the book. Why you keep asking me that, man? I'm going to write the book when I got time. You're like, bro, what's wrong with you? I'm scared of people rejecting it. I'm scared of it not working. That's not what is being said, but anger is being displayed. Fear-based anger. Pain-based anger. You're hurt, so you got to hurt them. This happens in relationships all the time. What she said or what he said hurt your feelings. And so now you have to hurt them back because mama didn't raise no fool. Ain't nobody gonna talk to me like that. And so now we are trying to hurt each other. Painful covenants because both of us are trying to hurt one another. Jealous-based anger. You're so caught up with what God is doing in their life, or you want to reap the benefits of a grind that you didn't do. I want this. You're not studying like them. You're not working out like them. You're not practicing like them. Oh, I'm good at such and such. I'm like, okay, when I studied champions, Floyd Mayweather was working out 6 hours a day. Like, bruh, that's crazy. Steph Curry, 6 hours a day to where he's so cold where he's like, if it hits the rim, it don't count. What, bro? I'm shooting, and if it hit the rim, it doesn't count. That's his work ethic. You want his platform? Are you willing to work like that? Jealousy-based anger. Tantrum-based anger, this is where a lot of people get manipulative, get controlling. Why? Because I can't have my way. Just like your children, you say no to the popsicle, it's a tantrum. Here we are, 46, not getting our way, still having tantrums. The root of it is I like having my way. Ooh, okay, I'm trying to hurry up. Righteous-based anger. This is the anger that's towards like injustice. You didn't have to lay on that dude's neck like that. Injustice. And it makes me angry when those have a position to say something about it, don't, because they like the little sweet version of Jesus. They don't want to preach the Jesus that flipped over tables. Injustice makes me angry. Uvalde made me angry. Things that have a righteous indignation. It's not about you. It's about your heart is feeling for somebody else. And truthfully, this is the type of anger that we're supposed to have the most.